Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back for your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Wadzpay, aka WTK. So with that being said, I hope that you're all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So WTK is one of those gems that a lot of you guys have been asking me to cover for a very long time. And I just pretty much put it on the back burner because there's a lot to talk about with other projects, and it's very hard to really kind of do a ton of research and focus on, another project. But regardless, I'm going to start covering gems here and there that are requested on the channel. And when I say requested, I mean heavily requested. There's actually 3 projects that come to mind when I look at this. And those 3 projects are like Velo, which we did cover, Stronghold, which I didn't cover yet. I know that a lot of you have wanted me to cover it for a while. I told you guys that I missed it simply because of some of the tokenomics that I didn't really like. But regardless, I might have to cover it again and look over it. And then, of course, WTK. Now, I've known about WTK for a while now. This is a project that I have been watching for, I want to say, well over a year or 2 now, and simply because a lot of ex-Ripple employees were joining the team. We also know that XDC has been collaborating with WTK as well, and it just made sense to really kind of cover it now, since it's just been one of the most highly anticipated projects that I cover on this channel. So with that in mind, I'm hoping that by the end of this video, it gives you guys a good understanding of what WTK is doing, and hopefully I do give it justice in terms of, doing a deep dive on it. So without further ado, let's look into tokenomics. So 500 million circulating supply, which is 50% of the supply, versus the 1 billion total supply that's out there. Not too bad. Now, a lot of you probably have questions about this. I know that the team recently did a full breakdown back in October regarding the supply. We understand that there have been questions regarding tokenomics from the community recently. WTK tokenomics are unchanged since the last update. Some of the uses for supply, which may see tokens locked or removed from the trading ecosystem, include bridge-related contract and relayer accounts, exchange-related purposes including staking, rail testing, customer incentives, customer-related purposes such as settlement pilots, blockchain-related purposes such as cross-chain executions, and testing. Not all tokens on exchanges are for trading and circulation. Not all tokens off-chain or off exchanges are for circulation as well. Now, when we look at this, going back to the supply, the 500 million that is out there in terms of circulating is the only amount that will be in circulation. From what I've read, this is the only supply that will be out there. They're not looking to release any more of the supply. The rest is going to be locked away for specific reasons. Again, they already outlined this in the report. I could not find an updated view of this document. As you guys do see here, this is basically, it's under investigation in terms of like the account that posted it. So I can't really look at this. I do apologize. I wish I would have been able to get that insight. I'm not a part of the Telegram group. Full transparency, I know that there's a lot of information within the Telegram group. If you are looking to invest heavily into WTK, I highly suggest that you guys do join the Telegram group, because that's where a lot of the information will also be relayed in terms of like tokenomics or changes around the tokenomics. But outside of that, I hope that, like I said, I could do this justice and dive on into the deep information that is needed in order to, confirm if WTK is a good or bad investment. So let's dive on into some of the other information regarding the project. So first and foremost, their overall social media page, 25,000 followers, almost 24.6K. Nothing too crazy in terms of like the amount of following. Now, is that a bad thing? No. In fact, it just shows you that you are early. There's not a lot of eyes on WTK. Engagement-wise, solid engagement for the amount of followers that they have. So I can't say that that is a bad thing in terms of like the engagement that they have. I think that's pretty solid. They have been making a ton of great moves lately, which I will talk about. One of the biggest things that we have been focused on is the Vera regulatory approval for Wadzpay. This is from Dubai, of course. Now, for those that don't know, maybe you weren't around during this time, but I remember specifically a lot of FUD happening around Wadzpay because what happened was we got this announcement. which was back in November of 2023, where we have Dubai Vera grants initial approval to crypto firm Wadzpay around a VASP license for transfer and settlement and broker-dealer activities. What ended up happening was an article got removed, or some type of document got removed regarding this, and everyone was like, all right, well, that's it. Like, they failed. They didn't get approval. There's going to be a lot of problems now, and there's just a lot of FUD around it. Well, we now know that this has since been cleared up, because if we go over here on May 2nd, we have exciting news alert. Wadzpay Dubai-based entity has been granted a virtual asset service provider VASP license by Dubai's Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority, VERA. Issuance of license is subject to meeting pre-operating requirements and qualifications for operational approval. Now, this is going to be a game changer, because we have down here that the license for virtual asset broker-dealer services is a major milestone for Wadzpay towards innovating virtual asset transactions in the Middle East. It paves the way for seamless, secure, and compliant virtual asset transactions in the region. So this is actually a very big move, and we also know that Wadzpay is committed to delivering real-world use cases around blockchain and crypto, even tokenization endeavors and things like that. So this is definitely a big step in the right direction. We also know that Ripple with XRP got this license approved back in, I want to say September or August, somewhere around that time frame. So this is actually a very big deal, and I'm actually very excited about this, because again, this gives us a little bit more confidence behind WTK. Now, on top of that, when we look at some pretty big things around crypto right now, one of the biggest categories is tokenization. Tokenization of assets is a huge deal, and we know that the Wadzpay team has been focused on tokenization, specifically really looking at regulatory navigation and also even compliance of these products. And even here, you see them talking about this in terms of the group general counsel at Wadzpay, really addressing these legal intricacies of RWA tokenization. There's a lot of obstacles in the way still around tokenization, but with these licenses and with a lot of the compliance checks and working with regulators and things like that, it does help these projects like Wadzpay pave a way to be fully adopted around tokenization endeavors. So I'm actually very excited about this. Now, also outside of this, we know that Wadzpay has been fully focused on stablecoin endeavors as well, and we do know that stablecoins are now becoming a very big deal. And just so that you guys know, when we look at this, you can actually see that Jason Solis is being tagged here. He's one of the ex-Ripple employees that I was talking about that is working with Wadzpay. In fact, this is an individual, if we actually go over here to the executive leadership and scroll down, you can see that he is the president of Wadzpay, and he's an ex-Ripple employee, which again is why a lot of hype has been around Wadzpay since like day one, because of a lot of these players that are working on Wadzpay. Wadzpay gears up for a groundbreaking journey into the stablecoin business, expanding its innovative portfolio. This strategic move will position Wadzpay to capitalize on the growing opportunities within the virtual asset financial services space. And I think that this is going to be a big deal. I think that, these stablecoin initiatives, everyone needs to be fully focused on these stablecoin initiatives because stablecoins are going to be crucial in the evolving landscape of payments around crypto and blockchain, but also they're going to be one of many things of value that will move over these digital rails. But them fully focused on, expanding their portfolio into stablecoin initiatives and businesses, I think that this is a great move. And this is all off of the back of the Vera license and also the, compliance checks that they're doing. Now, beyond that, when we go over to Wadzpay, the website, here we are met with a full breakdown of their mission, things like that. We also have, with its presence in countries across the globe, Wadzpay makes financial solutions accessible to everyone, and you can see all of their offices that they have around the world and where they are working in. We also have tokenization mentioned here, businesses, things like that, which we will talk a little bit about and really kind of go in depth on that. So beyond this, when we are over here, we could see what they are offering in terms of solutions. We have Wadzpay 2.0, issuance, acceptance, remittances, and also tokenization with their CBDC platform. Very similar to Ripple, they do offer a CBDC platform. This offers a comprehensive turnkey solution for central banks, commercial banks, and merchants to manage, distribute, and accept CBDC payments The solution is secure, cost-effective, reliable, and supported by a flexible SOA-based architecture that allows for multi-product operations, as well as instant CBDC checkout options for consumers on POS and e-commerce websites. It can also support a variety of CBDC payments-related use cases depending on the jurisdiction's need and payment infrastructure. So I think that all of these players that do have a CBDC platform, because I know that there's going to be a lot of questions around like, oh, are they competing with Ripple? I think that there's going to be multiple winners when it comes to the CBDC game. And, those that are actually fully committed to working with regulators, being compliant, really kind of checking all the boxes, they are going to be big winners. And I do think that Wadzpay really kind of fits that role as well. Now, beyond that, like I said, there's a lot of other endeavors that we have on here. You have tokenization, for an example. This is more so fully focused on, everything around tokenization. We already know about tokenization. I've been talking about it for a very long time, but they also offer this private blockchain-based pilgrim program. So this is very interesting. This is actually around travelers and end customers that can allow them to set up their own e-money wallets issued by an issuing institution approved by the relevant authorities in the destination country on their mobile devices for usage in the destination country. I actually think that this is a huge deal, considering the fact that this is going to fix a lot of those problems where you have to convert fiat currencies in different jurisdictions and regions around the world. I think that this is actually a great use case around tokenization and even e-wallets. So very big plus one in terms of that product. But they also have a ton of other ones like Wadzpay 2.0. This is, again, more so around the typical things that they are fully focused on. Like, for an example, like we have down here, Wadzpay 2.0 boasts several integration options and remarkable features such as eKYC solutions with biometric verification, real-time fraud detection, multi-sig custodial wallets, internal and external wallet transfers, push-pull payment options, customized reports in several industry standard formats, issuer and merchant dashboard with 7 layers of hierarchy control, multi-currency acceptance at POS terminals and e-commerce portals, settlement in virtual assets or fiat of choice supported by on and off ramping solutions powered by regulated networks, on-chain refunds, including multiple refunds on a single transaction, inbuilt volatility management solutions, improved transaction speeds on Ethereum and also Bitcoin blockchains. And we also have them utilizing technology from Algorand, Gap 600, and also Bosonic. But this definitely is one of those big opportunities to capitalize on the technology around this space. We even have that Wadzpay 2.0 provides a unique new architecture, which is primarily based on the Algorand blockchain with inbuilt support for several others, such as Ethereum, Tron, Avalanche, and new ones getting added. Wadzpay 2.0 construct is designed in line with evolving regulatory and licensing regime, emerging needs for banks, financial institutions, telcos, and even central banks. So this is definitely a big game changer in terms of like payments around blockchain. Again, any payment technology like this, I am in support of because I'm not biased when it comes to like, only XRP can succeed with this, only this can succeed. Like, no, there's going to be multiple winners here. And those that are actually providing, key infrastructure layers like this, that could very well be very efficient and also be, another choice on top of the various other ones. It's a game changer. And it's something that I think everyone has to look into and, really kind of pick and choose which ones they want to invest in, because right now we're kind of just rolling the dice on which ones are the best in class technology providers and have everything set up that could very well be big winners in the long term, but even in the short term. And I do think that Wadzpay is kind of paving the way into becoming a big winner. Now, also, in terms of their vision and their mission statement here, we have Wadzpay is an interoperable and agnostic blockchain-based payments technology provider available as a SaaS platform. The company was founded in 2018 in Singapore and is currently operating globally across Asia, Pacific, Middle East, Africa, Europe, and the United States. Wadzpay aims to optimize the potential for CBDC and digital assets towards a revolution in the payments industry by enabling faster payments, improvements in security, and cost efficiency with optionality. Wadzpay is a B2B technology enabler and currently working with large international payments companies, banks, and global companies to enable digital asset-based transaction processing and settlement. We bring digital currencies to the masses, whether you are a consumer, merchant, SME, bank, or processor. We make it simple to join the digital currency revolution. We are creating a world where payments are no longer limited by currencies or payments networks. Soon, everyone will be able to pay anyone, anywhere in any digital or traditional currency. And again, that's a big thing in terms of, really connecting everything, harmonizing the payment landscape. It's a big game changer for any company that's trying to do that. We are working with the leaders in payments, banking, and processing to build the interoperability layer for the new world of digital currencies. Instead of replacing existing systems, we supplement them. And this is their overall vision down here that they really kind of mention again, and this is their mission. So with that in mind, outside of just like the core background behind this project and behind what their full focus is on, which they do break down like merchants, retailers, e-commerce, banks, financial institutions and processors, governments, and even over here we have some of the projects tied to Wadzpay, which I do want to cover here in a second. But I really kind of just want to give you guys a quick breakdown of these three sections because this kind of gives you a little bit of an insight on who they're focused on, what they're trying to revolutionize, and how they're trying to do it. So as we look at crypto, blockchain-based technologies, the biggest use case around this space is always going to be payments. Payments definitely need to be revolutionized. We're really kind of working on an antiquated system. And how can we improve it? Well, we tap into digital assets. We tap into digital asset technology and we streamline everything. And one of the biggest things right now is e-commerce, right? They are mentioning e-commerce here. It's one of the most dominant areas in terms of payments because this is where pretty much everyone's doing their shopping. Everyone's selling things as well. Like Amazon is technically just an e-commerce platform. So as we really look at this, right, we can see that Wadzpay is built to really kind of focus on tailor-made virtual asset solutions, which is like reaching new markets and consumers, access to new virtual asset classes, low fees, faster settlement, all that kind of good stuff that blockchain is really kind of built upon. So when we look at e-commerce, they're trying to revolutionize e-commerce and just payments around merchants and retailers themselves. Beyond that, we also have banks, financial institutions, and even processors. Wadzpay blockchain-based virtual asset payment solutions are designed to supplement your existing payment infrastructure while providing numerous advantages. And those benefits are outlined here. So access to virtual assets market valued at over 1 trillion for you and your customers, low fees, industry-leading TPS of transactions per second with near instant finality, top-of-the-line security protected by cryptography, broaden your product offering offering and reach new customers, create blockchain-based tokenized loyalty programs, increasing customer value as well. And then, of course, beyond that, we have governments with CBDCs. And I don't think that we really need to cover CBDCs too much because everyone at this point pretty much knows how CBDCs will work, what they are, and how crucial the underlying technology is around them. So with that being said, let's tap on into the Partners tab. Now, under the Partners tab is where we see a lot of those partnerships that they do have with significant players around specific things like e-commerce, gaming, tokenization platforms as well. And we also have some in terms of like under NDA. We have airport retail digital currency acceptance project in the Middle East. Then here are some live projects down here as well in terms of blockchain-based payment projects like Basonic. You have a few other ones on here as well. A lot of these are like NFT platforms, stablecoin settlement platforms, content creation, CBDCs, things like that. And by the way, another plus one is the fact that like Wadzpay is working with Algorand, they're working with XDC or Zinfin. So that's definitely a big plus one for me. Now, beyond those projects that are tapped in with Wadzpay, let's go over here to the executive leadership. So this is what I'm really kind of focused on. A lot of the players that are working on Wadzpay, a lot of the leadership roles that are behind this project, a lot of these individuals come from substantial backgrounds. I just have 3 over here that I want to cover and really kind of give you guys a little bit of an insight on who is behind this project because the team is what matters in a lot of these projects because you can't have a team that is not committed to their overall focus and a team that comes from a substantial background where they are working in these industries every single day. They know how it works. So let's first off start with Anish Jain, which is the founder and chief executive officer. So here we have them joining back in June of 2018 when it was founded, present 6 years. Look at their background. They come from MasterCard for 5 years, 3 months. This is vice president at market development. Then American Express. This is client general manager for 5 years and 7 months. So substantial background there in terms of like TradFi. Next up on the list, again, we have president Middle East at Wadzpay coming from Swift. Worked there for 9 years, 9 months. Beyond that, there's a few other great positions here as well. Also, we have C-suite leader, president at Wadzpay, substantial background. Guys, these are very large roles here that they are holding at American Express, Bank of America, very large TradFi guys. So this is a big +1 to me, and it's a fully doxed team. So you could always read about all of these individuals if you wanted to over on their website. It gives you a full breakdown of where they come from, their background, what they've accomplished. And of course, most of them have their LinkedIn link that you can go to and really kind of read their substantial backgrounds. But a lot of them come from very good roles. They come from, previous roles where they were helping lead certain discussions. Like, for an example, Jason comes from Ripple, where he led the CBDC stablecoin and tokenization business in APAC and interim CEO role for DeFi solutions for Filecoin miners. Like, these are people that know what they're doing. They know what they're, trying to accomplish, and they're committed to accomplishing it as well, because they come from substantial backgrounds where they are, I don't want to say experts in, but they have a lot of experience in. So that is a huge thing that I fully focus on, is just not only clarity, but also transparency when it comes to teams and the team members and where they come from. So when we really look at WTK, is this a major gem? Do I think that it could be a huge winner? 100%. I think that this is a solid project. After doing a lot of research, after reading about it, after hearing about it in the Patreon group, as well as outside of the Patreon group, and a lot of comments and things like that, I figured I would do a full video on it. I hope that I did it justice. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.